Welcome back into Sports Nuts on this Friday afternoon. Usually it's Football Friday, but now this time of the year, most of the teams playing on Saturday. We just heard from Shattuck head coach Tyson Bullard. They're in the Class C state championship game tomorrow here in Oklahoma. That game at Newcastle. You can hear it over on K101 tomorrow night. Now we're joined in by Canadian Wildcat head coach Chris Koetting. They have a rematch with Stratford in the state quarterfinals tomorrow in Amarillo. And Coach, just first of all, going back to your game on Thanksgiving, it's been 9 days since you guys have played, but you guys really dominant in that game against Anson. Just what did you think of the way your team played in that one?
Oh, well, I thought our kids really did good. They chose to take the ball, and they were going into a pretty stiff win, and so we were able to get some stops early, and get some short fields, put some points on the board fast, and our defense had another outstanding game. I think they'd only given up about 30 yards by halftime. And, we scored 56 points, so that's a pretty good half of football, So couldn't have asked for more, from these guys. So just, very, very happy to have won that game and got another chance this week.
You guys, like you said, you got another chance this week. You're playing a Stratford team that you're really familiar with, but you guys haven't played since Thanksgiving. You've had 8 days off. Is that an advantage for your team at this point of the season, or is that almost a disadvantage to have that much time off?
Oh, I think it's an advantage. I mean, our kids are rested, feeling good, and I know Stratford played Monday night, so we feel like we got a little advantage on that end of it, with recovery time from the game and all that. So, but we just got to go out and take care of business.
And you guys are playing Stratford. I mean, that's a kind of a rivalry game for you guys, a team that you're really familiar with. Is that, at this time of the year, playing a team you're familiar with, is that kind of an advantage too, the fact that you know that team so well?
Well, it's really an unusual situation here because we're playing a team that this will be the fourth time we've played them in 2 years, So I mean that's really unusual, and we played them all the way back, to the early 2000s. So I mean it's like we know each other, so well, and we know them, they know us, But I think there's a lot of other teams I would rather play than Stratford 4 times in 2 years. So. Because they're such a great program, but it is what it is, and I don't think I think it all kind of balances out, just the fact how well we both know each other, and I'm sure both teams will do some different things, but in the end, I think both of us will do the things that have made us successful so far this year.
Yeah, certainly would expect that, especially at this time of the year. Now, you guys, I mean, your team has been, as good about being locked in, staying focused as any high school team, I've ever seen. But, you beat this team already this year handily, 31-6. Does that kind of present a different challenge in trying to, keep high school kids focused when they've already beaten a team that bad earlier in the season?
Well, I think our kids realize that the win that we had over them in week 8 or whatever it was, means absolutely nothing right now. I mean, it's not going to help us one bit, but I don't think that they, will be looking past this one at all because they know what kind of team Stratford has, and they know what kind of program they have. They're going to be ready to go against us, and I think they'll handle that okay.
Yeah, certainly they've done a great job of it all season long, no doubt about that. Again, we're talking to Canadian head coach Chris Koetting. They take on Stratford tomorrow afternoon at Dick Bivens Stadium in Amarillo. State quarterfinal matchup between those two teams. And your team, like I said, they've been so locked in all season. I mean, you guys have done a tremendous job of that. What allows this team, going all the way back to last season, really, to stay this locked in? Because, I mean, you don't see that very often when you're talking about high school kids.
Well, I think they've done a good job at looking at the big picture, where they want to end up, and I think a lot of that could be attributed to our seniors and the leadership that they've given us. Those guys have played in a lot of big games. They know how to prepare, and I think they've been a good influence on the underclassmen, and just kind of leading the way. You know what it takes to prepare and get ready for an opponent, and then what it takes to show up ready to go and do the things needed to win the football game.
Yeah, they've certainly done a tremendous job of being prepared and staying locked in all season. There's no question about that. Like I said, I mean, you guys are familiar with Stratford. You've played now. This will be the fourth time in the last 2 years. So what concerns you the most, I guess, about matching up with them tomorrow afternoon?
Well, defensively, the key is, getting some stops and getting their offense off the field and getting our offense on the field, because, if they start stringing together first downs, you'll look up and the quarter's over. You have hardly had the ball or ran any plays. So number one deal is just getting some stops. And offensively, when you get in a position to score, you got to put points on the board and take advantage of every opportunity you can to go put points on the board. So I think those are the key things for this game.
Yeah, getting points obviously is so crucial. And like I said, I mean, you guys beat this team, I guess maybe a little over a month back, 31-6. I believe that was their first loss of the season. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Yeah, first and only loss.
First and only loss of the season. So I mean, did they, from what you've seen of them since then, have they made some changes and some adjustments to what you guys did to them? What concerns you, I guess, in that regard from the changes you've seen that they've made?
Well, I don't see a lot of change in what they're doing. I do think that they've improved, but I also do think that we've improved as well. So, it's just going to come down to who executes the best, plays the hardest on Saturday.
Yeah, it certainly will be. And like I said, I mean, you've got a ton of seniors on this team that help you lead it, obviously, and that's a tremendous testament to how good of a coaching job you've done, obviously, and how great these seniors are. So just this final run that these seniors are on, what does it kind of mean to them at this point, I guess?
Well, they know this is it. This is it. They've got a chance. They got a chance to do something special, and with the chance to win back-to-back state championships. And it's a special deal for them, and it's a special deal for everybody in our team. So, they just, they know that they got one shot at this deal, and they're really motivated to get it done.
Yeah, like you said, kind of their last opportunity, so they definitely want to make the most of it. What do you think ends up being maybe the X factor in this game tomorrow afternoon?
Well, kind of some of those things that I told you about, but in these kind of games, the team, turnovers, turnovers can be a key, whether you're getting them or you're turning the ball over, So I think that could be a key factor.
Yeah, it certainly could be, no doubt about that. Again, Canadian taking on Stratford for the second time this season tomorrow afternoon. That game underway at 2 o'clock there at Bivens Stadium in Amarillo. The quarterfinal matchup there in the state of Texas. Again, we've been talking to Canadian head coach Chris Koetting. Coach, as always, thanks for taking the time to talk to us, and we wish you the best of luck out there on the field tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it.
Again, that's good stuff from Canadian head coach Chris Koetting. Again, taking on Stratford for the second time this season. They beat them 31-6 back in October. This is for the state quarterfinals, though. So a trip to the state semifinals is on the line for Canadian as they do battle with Stratford tomorrow afternoon there in Amarillo. We'll take a break here on Sports Nuts. When we come back, time to make our predictions for the key games in college football and the NFL coming up this weekend. Stay tuned here on Sports Nuts.